YouTube, top of the morning, guys. We are coming at you with another episode here at the Bettors Edge. We are going to the hardwood, guys. Before we get into our Super Bowl previews here shortly within the next couple of days, breaking down the game, the big game, with our expert analysis and our official picks and bets for the Super Bowl, I want to get back to the hardwood. We're going to the Big Ten again, guys. We have a top 10 showdown in East Lansing. We have the Michigan Wolverines, 19-1, the number 3 ranked team in the country, as 1-point road favorites against Michigan State Spartans. This is a great game, guys. This is a potential Final Four showdown between two teams that are elite at what they do. This Michigan Wolverines team, guys, we talked about it on the show against Nebraska the other night. This team is struggling against the spread. They're 0-7 in their last 7 games against the number. This is without question, guys, going to be the most difficult test for this Michigan team to date. Not only is Michigan State most likely the best team that they faced, that they're going to face, but without question, this is, until now, the hardest true road game that they faced. They went to Maryland in College Park. They dominated the Terps. They went to Eugene in Oregon. I don't want to say they dominated, but they put in a strong performance and beat the Ducks. They went to Rutgers in New Jersey, and they beat Rutgers. This Michigan team on the road really hasn't faced off against very elite competition. A lot of the stiffer tests that they faced so far have either been on neutral site games or at home. This is the first true road game that they're going up against a top 25 team in the country, and this Michigan State team, ranked number 7, is probably a top 5 team, especially with the way that they're playing right now in the entire country. So this is going to be the most difficult task that Dusty May has faced all season for his team. On the other side of this matchup, you have the Michigan State Spartans. This team is rolling right now. They're 6-2 in their last 8 against the number. They're 9-1 in their last 10 straight up. As I sat here and talked about the difficulties that Michigan is going to have because it's a true road game against an elite opponent, the same thing does hold true for Michigan State. This Michigan team, without question, is going to be the best team that they've faced off against so far this season. We know Michigan likes to get up and down the court. We talked about that in our preview against Nebraska the other night. Michigan State is going to do the exact same thing. They're going to slow the game down. However, the big difference in this game, obviously speaking, is this number is only sitting at Michigan -1. Michigan doesn't have to cover a huge number here. While they're 0-7 in their last 7 games against the number, all 7 of those games, they've been favored by double digits. All Michigan needs to do in this game is to squeak out of this game with the W. And one thing we can say in their favor, guys, is this team is now battle tested. One thing that you kind of have a concern when you're blowing teams out nightly like Michigan was doing in the earlier part of the season is how is this team going to handle adversity? How is this team going to handle getting hit in the mouth? How is this team going to handle playing in tight games? Well, really over the course of the last month and a half, they've been tested a good number of times. And for the majority of those matches, those battles, they've come out on top. Now, again, this is a much stiffer test that they're going to face tonight in East Lansing against this Spartans team. I think the biggest critique we can make for this Michigan team is with all of that size, they're not a great offensive rebounding team. What we know about Sparty, what we know about Tom Izzo, is they like to dominate the offensive glass on their end. That's what this game is going to come down to. Michigan is a good defensive rebounding team. I talked about how they struggle getting offensive rebounds. They're a good, very good defensive rebounding team. Are they going to be able to negate Sparty's edge on the offensive glass? I don't think Michigan, because they're not a very good offensive rebounding team, is going to be able to get their own offensive rebounds and get their own second chance points. But Michigan's an elite offensive team. And we know where Sparty struggles. They struggle scoring the ball. They struggle shooting the threes. But they like to dominate the offensive glass. Can Michigan neutralize that is the question. If the answer to that question is yes, Michigan's going to give themselves a good opportunity to come out of this game with a victory. If the answer to that question is no, I think we can expect, I don't want to call it a huge upset because Michigan's only favored by 1 point, but in my opinion, this Michigan team is the best team in the entire country. I think we can expect an upset tonight if Michigan State is going to control the offensive glass. With that said, the fact that Michigan State is at home, the fact that their role players are probably going to shoot the ball a little bit better, if they can get some production from their third, fourth, and fifth scoring options, especially from outside and hitting a couple of three-pointers on top of what they typically make, I think this game slightly is going to edge in the Spartans' favor. With all of that said, guys, Friday night, it's the best game on the card, not only in college hoops, but in all of sports action. Give me the Michigan State Spartans +1. I think they're going to win this game outright to upset the Michigan Wolverines at home. I think Dusty May and this Michigan team, over the course of the last 6 weeks or so, have been playing with fire. They've been squeaking out of games and getting W's. I think that's going to end tonight. They're going to be handed their second loss of the season. As I talked about already, give me Michigan State, Tom Izzo, and the Spartans to win this game outright. Guys, Super Bowl is fast approaching. I'll be back shortly with the Super Bowl preview, expert analysis on the games, my official picks and predictions, and we have an official 10-star play for the Super Bowl coming here shortly before the big game kicks off. Guys, like the video, subscribe to the channel. Thanks for watching.